right now and admitting all, and we are live.
Sounds good. Well, hello, everybody. As you're joining the room, welcome to our live Friday with the Founders. You guys are here because you're part of the Elify Nation. You are an Elify affiliate, and you want to know everything you can do to be as successful as possible with the affiliate program. So I'm ER Wolf. I'm joined by my partner, Guy Toole. We're here with Elify, and we're going to make ourselves available to you guys to ask any question you want to ask. So, guys, you're on the Zoom. There's a chat box down at the bottom of your Zoom thing. If you have questions as we go along through some of our, regular Friday with the Founders sort of check-keeping stuff or housekeeping stuff, feel free to put those questions in. We want to make sure you're getting those questions answered. Guy, look, I know every week on Friday with the Founders, we take this opportunity up front to talk a little bit about an overview of the affiliate program. We talk about it for two main reasons every Friday, guys. The first reason is you guys should know without a shadow of a doubt, with 100% clarity, how you guys earn money with the affiliate program. We don't want this to be, smoke and mirrors or anything people don't understand or whatnot. We don't want any misrepresentation or misconceptions of what you can earn. We want to make sure it's as clear as day, very simple and easy for anybody to understand, so that you know it and you can optimize how you're earning and what activities you're doing, but also so that if you know somebody who could benefit, and we talk about sharing Shuffle, we talk about sharing Elify, if you know somebody who can benefit from creating a passive income stream in their life, you want to be able to share some information with them, and you've got to be able to start that conversation. You have to have some aptitude of what it's about, and then you can share them some information, maybe link them over to the affiliate webpage. So guys, I don't know if I'm going to share the affiliate webpage today. I maybe just talk to this because this should be something any of us could sit back and completely understand. If I need to, we can get on the board, but I don't think we'll have to, guys. You have to think about this. Direct referrals, network referrals, okay? And then these active direct referral bonuses that you can get. There's really only three areas where you're earning, okay? You're earning on your direct referrals. These are somebody who comes in and they use your affiliate ID to enroll into an Elify solution, guys. It's as simple as that. That's how affiliate marketing works. Everybody who's an affiliate with Elify has a referral or an invite ID. And when you're sharing out content, whether it's your cards or whether it's other marketing materials that we've provided to you, that's going to be associated with your affiliate ID. And when somebody enrolls, you're going to get credit for that sale, and you're going to start earning commission as that sale being a direct referral. So guys, direct referrals, 10% residually for life. And Guy, you and I have been talking, there's a thing that people have been getting that we don't really highlight, but it's probably one of the most important things. Absolutely. You're actually earning what, 50%? 50% on the first month's sale of their Shuffle subscription when they come in as a direct referral to you, because we have a first month 40% bonus on all of those direct referrals, guys. So it's going to be 10% residually for life, but 40% plus your 10% is 50% up front. So I don't want anybody on this call to lose sight of that. I know it's something we don't really talk about, but it's a huge benefit, because when you think about this, and thanks, Jay, when you think about this from the perspective of monetizing your spheres of influence, whether you're a big marketer or whether you're a little marketer, okay, or whether you're a micro influencer, when I think about marketing, I think about the dollars that each of my sort of people represent. Okay, and when I'm introducing it to somebody direct, I like to think about them, wow, that's 50% of the fee they're going to pay that I'm going to get. So start to think about this. It's like looking around and seeing $5, $10, $20 bills just sitting around there, and all you have to do is share with them something that can help them. Talk to them a little bit and ask those questions. So let's get back to it. 10% on all of your direct referrals residually. And guys, residual is the big game changer for a lot of us. If you're in any opportunity where you're only earning one time off of that sale, and then you have to go out and find another sale, there's a lot more heavy lifting that has to go on. Why is residual compensation so important? It's because you do the effort one time and you get paid over and over and over and over again on it. And so that allows you to do that consistent activity of making those referrals and build on them over time. You don't have to go out and get 1,000 referrals this month. If you can do it, kudos to you. We want to support you and help you in doing that. But if you can't get 1,000 in 1 month, you can build up to 1,000 over time. And that's the beauty of the residual. That one you did the first month when you just started, you can be earning on, 12, 24, 36 months later, along with all of the additional sales that you got. So guys, 50% on the first month, 10% residually on those direct sales after that. Now we're talking about network referrals. What happens after you've made a referral? Well, that person's going to have an experience with Elify, an experience with Shuffle. Hopefully that's a positive experience, and they're going to want to tell others or share others or even expose others to Elify as they're using it just out in their daily lives. When they make that introduction, when they connect and refer that new business, they're going to earn that direct referral commission we just talked about, okay? If they've activated their affiliate status, they're eligible for that. But because they came from you, or they're falling within your network referrals, meaning between your level 2 through level 6, you're going to earn 8% residually on all of that sales volume, okay? Now, this is the power of not just residual, but of leverage. And guys, this is why leverage is so important. Unless you are a master marketer, whether that be offline or online, you need leverage. And here's why. When I started out in affiliate marketing over 20 years ago, the way to be successful is you had to drive tens of thousands, hundreds of thousands, or even millions of eyeballs to your advertisers' websites to generate the click-throughs and the conversions to make it a successful passive income stream, okay? And in most cases, you were only getting paid on one level. You were only getting paid on one sale. It wasn't even residual. So the leverage component allows you to not just get paid on all of your directs, but all of those indirect network referrals that sort of stem from you as that starting point. So we want you to benefit from that. And that's going to allow somebody who doesn't have that large sphere of influence to actually come out and start making 1, 2, 3, 4 referrals. We talk about a focus on 4. We talk about a doing, helping, and teaching when we go through and do some of our training. And as you go and focus on that and you repeat that process over time, and Guy's going to talk about systems and processes today, when you repeat that, you get the predictable results. You build on that. And if you teach your network to do the same and they come in and join in and we're talking with them and supporting them, you're going to start overriding that. And you can actually build a very substantial network that is just as powerful as referring a bunch of people direct. But the benefit is it's all available to you. There's no limit to what you can refer direct and no limit to what you can have within that referral network. So guys, 10% direct, 8% for network referrals. You get that 40% upfront bonus, so you're getting 50% on that first month. And then finally, we have an active direct referral bonus for everybody, okay? If you're out there and you're going and doing the efforts that it takes to start making those direct referrals, and you've made 10 active direct referrals, hey, Kathy, and you've made 10 active direct referrals, you're going to unlock a 7th level at 1%. If you've made 20, an 8th level at 1%, you made 30, a 9th level at 1%, you made 40 active direct referrals, you'll unlock that 10th level at 1%. So really, if you want to maximize this program, okay, and I hope you're leaning in, if you want to maximize this whole program, you have to know how you earn. And to max out the entire program, you have to focus on 40 active direct referrals. So I know that seems like a big goal. It doesn't need to be done tomorrow. You can do 1, 2, 3 referrals a week, a month, and over time build up to that. But we want you to run. We want to support you in getting to that 40 as quickly as possible. That's going to unlock all 10 levels for you, and you'll be earning 10% direct, 8% on levels 2 through 6, and 1% on levels 7 through 10, guys. So you just need to remember 10, 8, and 1, okay? If you're thinking about it, the 50% up front as well that we talked about today. So guys, that's it. Are there any questions as it comes to the affiliate program? It should be pretty simple and sweet. Okay. Well, Guy, if you guys have questions, put them down in the chat below. Again, this is your opportunity to connect with us, get those questions answered. Guy, let's talk a little bit about system and process. I know anybody on the affiliate team who joined us on Wednesday night's training with Michael and Edwin on Edge stuff, we've been going through a lot of stuff. We've been breaking it down from the big picture, to sizable chunks. We talk about monthly and weekly sprint planning, but they covered some stuff that was really in the moment, day-to-day type of stuff as well. And this is all part of a process and a system that produces predictable results. So go ahead.
That's exactly right. I think there's something that being a user of Shuffle, being an affiliate of Shuffle, understanding that you have the ability in your hands to have a process, a procedure, you've got a system that when looking at growing a network, you can provide those types of elements to other people. It's really simple from the standpoint of Shuffle is a SaaS-based system, software as a service.
Yep.
That a lot of companies have been looking for software as a way to have an offering within network marketing, direct sales. So there's no real hard assets. And we feel that there's a great opportunity because you do have a software to be able to offer as essentially the product. And by offering this product, you are going to get people into something that can be replicatable if you help them, if you teach them, or if you push them over and let Elify do the heavy lifting, inviting them to these types of trainings and conversations. Kathy does amazing trainings every week. There's so many people that are active in those. It's great going in there because sometimes I get excited and I start telling people more of what's to come, and you get more excitement happening there. But from understanding that, what would a process be to be able to get Shuffle out there? What would I do on a daily basis if I were an affiliate? I would follow a simple process. I would pick a handful of people in my contact. I would share them a card. I would look at the analytics on what's coming back from the standpoint of who's viewing it, when they're viewing it, and then I would follow up. And what am I going to follow up about? I'm either going to follow up about what was on those pieces of collateral that I sent them. Is it my primary business? Mike, I know you're with an energy company. If you're sharing information over to somebody about energy, or it could be opening that conversation like Kathy had with Michael. And Michael's like, I don't want the product. I want the software that's delivered on that. And that's what we really do see happening so much more is maybe they become a client or a partner of yours in that primary. But in order to grow that network, we're also providing you something here that is systematic from the standpoint of, if I want replication and growth, I can provide someone a software that can be replicatable if they implement it. Now, a big thing that is really hard to replicate is work ethic. And we understand that and we know that. But if I can give someone who maybe doesn't have the work ethic of myself or ER or Kathy or whoever else, if I could provide them something that it's as simple as just press play, just push a button. If I said, hey, Larry, I'm going to provide this to you. We're going to create this system together. And all you have to do in this system as a process is to share it, to look at the analytics, and to follow up and stay the course. Understand that if you stay the process, everything will work out in the end. But we get so many people. I think this is the ups and downs of relationships and marketing is someone tells you no, and it hurts your feelings. Right. And you decide you can't do it anymore because one person said no. I've got some grit and fortitude about me. So no is something that I've heard a hell of a lot more than yes. So it's not right for them. It's not right at that time. Put them in a drip system, set a follow-up for 3 months later, because who knows, someone could still be quarantined and struggling and saying, you know what, it's been 3 months. I haven't received the type of income that I was expecting. I can take a look at this. If I can share it to 10 people and maybe 10% of them are interested, and we start developing a network and to know that I'm not in it alone. That's one of the big things that you always hear is you're in business for yourself, but not by yourself. We're here to help you, but we're only here to help you if you want to move forward. We're going to meet everybody where you're at. So if you want to move forward, yes. If you want to take your time, we're still here to support you. And we will provide all the trainings weekly. You're going to see more and more of these coming. There's exciting things coming extremely soon. We say that coming soon, coming soon. A lot of you, Kathy's like, people are tired of hearing coming soon. Well, you know what? I'm tired of saying
last 2 weeks, we announced that marketing is coming, guys, and we showed a preview of that. I just want to interject in and say, guys, I'm so excited. We've been internally beta testing this thing. We've been getting a lot of feedback from the beta testers internally. Guy, we talked about demoing this thing or launching it, not next Tuesday, but the Tuesday after. And we're just finalizing the internal beta. Then this will open up for everybody. Super excited about that. I know on the announcement day 2 weeks ago when we talked about this marketing section, this is a big thing. It's a big change because I know a lot of you have been building cards by yourself from the very beginning with the standard template or now that new beta advanced builder from scratch, each of your cards. Marketing is going to give you a whole template marketplace where we have all of these templates already built out, already dragged and dropped, and then you can just plug into one of those and swap out images and hit the ground running or make some minor adjustments. And it's all to meet you where you're at to help you get some stuff done for you so you can get out there and be promoting instead of playing around with cards. So super excited about that. But Guy, there's another feature that won't be available in that release, but is being finished up, and it's called content. So guys, these are the things that I love working on in the background, and what we get excited about is we want to tell you about these things, but also with development, we know development is this process of almost writing a novel and then going back and looking for the missing spaces and the missing periods and making sure that it's stable enough to be a minimum viable product for everybody who's on Elify to get out and use and see value in. So before I toss it back to you, Guy, I just wanted to sort of jump in. Guys, one of these announcement things is content. So here's the thing that we've seen. People have been building cards, and we love the cards that everybody's building. And if you have cards that you love, that you want to share, like put them down below and collect feedback from people. I know Kathy talks about that all the time. Okay, we want to see what you're creating on here, whether it's just your business card or whether it's your video landing page or your lead capture form or your product brochure, whatever you're creating. But sometimes it doesn't necessarily require needing an entire card. Maybe I just want to share a video with somebody or a PDF with somebody. Well, we want to provide all of the power and analytics and tracking that you get with your shuffle cards, even if you just send over a little file. So we're working in the background diligently as part of that marketing section where it's going to go from cards that you're seeing in your basic navigation over to marketing. You're actually going to see a whole marketing suite that will have your cards, that will have your content, and that will have that template marketplace to go and build stuff out of. And it's going to continue to get more and more robust, and that's what we're super excited about. But the content is just going to allow you to upload a file, and if I need to send Guy or Kathy that file, I grab that file, send it out just like I share out a card, through any of those channels. And then when they're interacting with it, I still get that alert, that push notification, that measurability that we know and love within Shuffle. So guys, that's what's coming two Tuesdays from now, and we're super excited about it. I'm excited to get with Kathy and get some training put together and get ready to do some live stuff when we go through that. So Kathy, maybe on that Tuesday, Guy and I join you, and we give a quick high-level rundown of the marketing and template marketplace, guys. So super excited. It'll be the beta release of that, and then it'll continue to iterate as we take it out of beta. So Guy, back to you on this stuff, because I know we say coming soon all the time, guys, but in addition to all we're working on to support you as affiliates, the discovery calls and all of these other things, know that we're always diligently working in the background with what our true passion is, and that's creating the technology and the tools to best support you in your primary venture while still offering you what we believe to be this ultimate side hustle, guys.
You know what's awesome about this is I feel we do a pretty good job of listening and hearing what the field is looking for. And then almost yesterday, seeing what we're working towards, the validation that it's needed. because we're sitting there, we're listening to a massive affiliate talking his process. Sounds simple, but you've got to have eyeballs. You've got to have all these different types of things. And to know that that content section is going to be able to open up your minds to people who could be utilizing Shuffle, because content is going to give them that place to bring their other offerings into Shuffle and not having to build them. They already have them built. How do they have them built? They have PDFs, they've got links, they've got whatever. They're sharing them. A lot of these, I didn't understand so much. ER probably knew. You don't get 1,000% analytics in some of these affiliate programs, because they're just saying, here's a link, share it, good luck. Or here's a link, put it on your website, go purchase a website, get the hosting, the domain, all those different types of things, and then get that link on there. Make sure you give a compelling message on why someone should select the link. That's a lot that somebody will have to do and have to figure out. But to be able to say, hey, you're an affiliate for company ABC, and there's a lot of complexity, but you've got a link or you've got a PDF that puts it all concise in one message, and all you want to do is be able to share it and track it and know who's viewing that type of stuff. Well, hey, join this Shuffle application. They've got this content management element. All you have to do is upload that PDF and share it just like you would a card, and it will track, and you will know exactly who's viewing those different types of things. And you can create campaigns with them and have them shared out and know who's viewing and where they're viewing and what's happening and taking action. So we're constantly, there's times I think our kid is ugly, and we're trying to beautify it. We're trying to simplify it. We're trying to do all these things. And it's all based on, everyone telling us that it would be nice to have this, it would be nice to have that, because there's even more that's coming right after the marketplace and content of where are we going to host our trainings, and why are we driving people to different platforms to look at and catch up with Friday with the Founders or Wednesday training with Michael and Edwin, which if you hadn't had a chance, I'll probably reiterate this every time we get an opportunity to talk. Those guys are premium speakers from the standpoint of they know their stuff from just business. And if you can grab a few elements or concepts that they train on every Wednesday, I think it will be well worth your time to take 20 minutes every Wednesday to join those, or take 20 minutes to review them. I know it's within the affiliate group on Facebook, but not having to drive you there to go look at it, to maybe have it more in the application itself. And when we go live and when we do these different types of things, there'll be push notifications that it's intended that you simply select it and you go to it and watch it live while it's happening. So you don't have to go, remember it's on Facebook, or remember this, or make sure you set a reminder. It'll just go live if you select that notification. So there's awesome things. That's here nor there. It's coming soon. There's another one, but that's where we are being able to provide a system, like I'm saying, and this process and procedure that if you know anybody, I would try to get them in now, because with this, you're getting huge enhancements in value. And we'll speak until we're blue in the face that a lot of people, everyone who utilizes Shuffle, who implements Shuffle, knows that it is underpriced for the value that you get. And with that, we also understand there's more value. So there'll be an uptick in cost, which also, as an affiliate, where have you ever been able to be a part of an affiliate program that when they switch the dial in a 24-hour period, you can start earning 100% more, double what you earn? So those are things that are coming soon. They will be here before the summer. Everything will be. So we're excited about things to come. But I think this gives you opportunities to get your story together, maybe look at a process, a procedure that you think could be implemented, knowing that the system can be shuffled. And if you're looking to grow your network, your sphere of influence, your networks, your net worth, there's an opportunity to get them on this platform and have them see the exact same thing that you've seen.
Well, Guy, let's see if anybody has any questions who's on. If you do, go on ahead, like raise your hand or unmute yourself, ask away. Otherwise, I really do want to talk a little bit more about process and system. I know we've talked about it in the past. I want to talk about a repeatable process and system that I used just yesterday that I know other affiliates on this call have used. And I want to call it out to everybody because I know if you implement it, and this is what we always talk about, guys. It's the knowledge, it's the skills. You've got to have both of those things, but you also have to implement. And if you're not putting in the work or implementing and following along in that process or system, you're not going to get the results. So questions from anybody? Don't all ask at once.
Can you hear me?
I can, Angelo. Go ahead.
Hey, how you guys doing?
Doing good. How are you doing?
Hey, pretty good, pretty good. It's more of a technical question. When you go to announcements from the app and you try to copy it, it won't let you copy it. But when you do it if you log in from the web base, it will let you copy it. And the reason I do that is because I try to do it and then send it out in Chatter, just in case people are not logging in and look at the announcements. I try to blast it out to them, but I just noticed that we can't copy and paste from the app. Is that something that we will be able to do? Something that can be
resolved for sure, Angelo. And I think this is going back to what Guy was talking about, where we want to be listening to how we can best help and support. So if you guys as affiliates are seeing areas for improvement or opportunities there, send them back to us. Put those comments in the affiliate group on Facebook, or send them to support@Elify, or just reach out to Guy or myself as well on any of that. We collect all of those improvements, all of those suggestions, and then we look at them and say, what can we implement? And again, every time we implement something new, we're sort of increasing the scale of everything we're working on. That's why there's a lot of coming soon type of stuff. But Angelo, if that's a high priority beneficial item, we can look into doing that. You can already do it from the web, but if you're out and about and you have just your phone on you, we don't want that to inhibit you. So Angelo, we would call that in tech terms, the blocker. You're blocked in copying those broadcasts and those announcements and resharing them out to Chatter. We see the benefit of that for sure. And we can see how everybody on this call could benefit from that. So let's get it logged, and then let's focus on making that happen. That's sort of how we are thinking internally to best support you guys. So I appreciate that technical question.
Awesome.
It doesn't exist right now, it sounds like, but we will make it happen.
Awesome.
Any other questions? Otherwise, I want to talk a little bit about simple process. Okay, well, let's get after it a little bit, guys. I want to talk about a process that, Angelo, who just spoke, guys, we talk about being in action and being in activity and putting in the work. This is a gentleman who has put in the work enough to win last quarter, first quarter contest, get the VIP for the event, the books, the one-on-one coaching, all of that type of stuff. Success leaves clues. I want to talk about what Angelo said after that of what he was doing, right? And it was basically reaching out to people who he was getting business cards from, or when people came to him saying, hey, I want you to look at my opportunity, and he would sort of flip the script on them and say, well, hey, I don't have bandwidth to focus on that, but let me introduce you to a tool that can help you, that's helped me as well. And he created that shuffle story. He built and showed the value of what he's getting on it, and he shared that value with somebody else and demonstrated to them how this could work. Again, with the cards, he would make up a quick promo card, share that out. When that person viewed it, reply back to them, hey, I see that you're viewing this, etc. Guys, that's a repeatable process. And if you've been following along, if you've been participating on some of the content we've been sharing out to learn from, that Michael and Edwin talked about the process on Wednesday, but in the micro chunk, okay? So we think about the process in the macro chunk, like what is the goal for this year? And again, if you haven't set your goals, guys, we're already a week into February, okay? Like, when are you going to set your goal for the year? When are you going to set your goal for the quarter? When are you going to set your goal for the month? What is that forecast? What is that projection leading into that goal that Edge talks about, guys? Think about those things so you can start breaking down that to the sizable chunk. Once you know your year goal, maybe the 6-month goal, maybe the quarterly goal or the monthly goal, we want to start breaking it up into the sizable chunks that are our weekly goals. That's why Guy and I do the sprint planning every Monday. You know, if I need to get on and do a daily stand-up with you guys, which is another thing that we implement in our process every day. What is my win list for today? What are the high priority items for today? In all areas, if you guys don't have one of these printed out, print it out. In all areas of your wheel of life, what is my win list for each of these areas? You know, and then Elify really is focused on the financial, but the long-term goal is we're going to build 3 pillars for you, right? That financial freedom with passive residual income, okay? That time freedom, and the beauty of everything, guys, this is the digital revolution. It's location freedom. If you've got one of these, you can run your shuffle business from the moon, okay? This is this big value that I think a lot of people overlook. You've got a business in your phone, you know what I mean? And that's the power of that. So from a simple system that Angelo was talking about and what Michael and Edwin were talking about with breaking that down into the process and even getting it down to the daily things. What is the win list for today? And the AMP, right? What is my attitude in the moment? What is the purpose and the procedure that I want to be running during this time? And then set yourself. Do you think Guy and I, we get on a call before we get on this call to get our AMP lined up? And then we go through and we talk about what we want to talk about with you guys. So the process I went through yesterday and mirroring what Angelo was talking about, I talked to a big, large organization. I said, hey, we'd like to create some content for you to empower everybody to get out and share. I created the demo cards for them, and then I texted them to that individual through Shuffle to their text platform or through my text to theirs. And then I started getting alerts. And then I turned around and I started sending the screenshots of the alerts back to the prospect. And I said, you know, here's the compare and contrast. What you're doing right now to market is you're sending everything to people's emails. You don't know whether they got it, whether it got delivered, whether it went into spam, whether they opened it up, whether they clicked through, and whether it tracked for you. You're just sending out content, files, etc. through emails. Look, I know what you looked at, when you looked at it, who looked at it, what they did, and I can follow up in the moment when I know that that viewer is engaged. Is that a powerful value for you? And most importantly, for driving replication for your team. And Guy put it well at the very beginning, we're really providing a repeatable process that anybody can follow. So a leader may already have a process that they implement, but where they're struggling is getting others to implement that same process. If we can simplify that process and increase productivity just a little bit by having a repeatable process, Guy mentioned it earlier, but I want to quantify it a little bit. If this was a 10% improvement in your overall output, would it be valuable to you? You know, yeah, everybody would like to improve at 10%. Well, here's the deal. If you're a leader doing this much, a 10% improvement is like that much. If you're that person who's struggling to implement, a 10% improvement is going to be this much. But if you have 1 million people who you can all get to increase just a little bit, that high tide raises all ships as well. So needless to say, the simple process is literally demonstrating the value in their view that can best help them and talking about your shuffle story and how it's helped you. And then basically stepping them through the path. Guys, this isn't a deal-breaking, game-changing decision for their business. If it is, you should ask them whether, you know, $20 is a big expense for their business. Otherwise, it should be something that's like, yes, I need that. Like what Michael was saying, I need that. Because here's the reality, everybody, and you can take this to the bank. The reality is a third, 1 in every 3 people who has a business, meaning they're trying to generate revenue out of their business, does not have an online presence, okay? And I had the benefit yesterday of being in a clubhouse room with Kathy and Guy as they're sort of showing me this platform, and I was listening to all these entrepreneurs talk about making income online and why the internet is really the future. And guys, I have to be honest, I've got a secret. I have been in the online money-making game for the last 20 years, and I have only made my income stream online for the last 20 years. Guys, this is what's so powerful here is 1/3 of businesses are missing out on that whole marketplace. And Shuffle is going to be the path that you can enable them very easily to bridge that gap from being offline only to being offline and online. Because I'll tell you what, the offline market is what it is. Yes, populations are going to grow and shrink, but the online market, okay, and Edwin and Michael shared that little graph on some of our Discover calls. The online market is continuing to grow. Ask yourself this question. Do you think more people will be online tomorrow than we're online today? Do you think 5 years from now, more people will be online? Do you think the internet will be more accessible to people in third world countries that maybe aren't online right now? There is going to be a literally multi-trillion-dollar marketplace and economy happening online, and you can empower people. This is the power that you have right now. You can empower people and support and help people to get their business online so they can capture some of those eyeballs and capture some of that revenue that's being spent online. You know, I remember if I'd asked you 20 years ago, how many of you have spent some money online, you know, made a purchase, bought something online, and how much money would you have spent? I remember maybe 20 years ago, I was buying plane tickets online and I was still thinking, oh, a few $100s. Guys, I've spent tens of thousands of dollars online through my phone just buying stuff. This is the shift that we're seeing take place. So when you're seeing a graph go online, you need to be, where am I going to position myself to capitalize on that? That's what the Elify affiliate opportunity is doing. Think about your story and how you learned about Shuffle. Think about what was valuable to you about Shuffle. Talk to the person on what they're doing and see what their problems are, because they may not be the same problems you had, and then position Shuffle to solve those problems. And when you think about two big elements to position, it either falls into the content category. You need an online presence, you need a web page, you need a digital business card, you need a brochure, you need to capture leads online, you need to control your narrative or your brand or your message. Guys, that's all content. You're not going to have to register a domain. You're not going to have to pay for hosting. You're not going to have to pay a web designer and web developer and webmaster to manage all of that for you. You can do all of that in Shuffle. Let me show you how. Here's some information. On the other end of Shuffle, this is, I think, the biggest thing that most people overlook, and it's going to be a big thing of that coming soon that Guy talks about, is relationship. And this is why we do individual tracking within Shuffle, guys, where I want to know who viewed what when, is because it's so key to relationship. Most of us are overlooking that Shuffle actually is a CRM. It's a relationship management tool where I can know either the big audiences that I'm broadcasting out to, my content through campaigns, or I know the individual engagement I'm getting when I share a card with an individual. So when you're positioning Shuffle to help somebody, ask them about their relationships and ask them about their online presence, because there's a good chance when you're asking those questions, they're going to identify some struggles that they're having and some problems that they're having in both of those areas. And when Shuffle's going to allow you to take notes, set follow-up reminders, get push notifications when people are interacting with the material you're sharing so that you can lean in and meet them where they are, you're going to get more sales out of that. You're going to get higher click-throughs. You're going to get higher conversions. But you've got to implement the tools. You've got to implement the process. You've got to implement the system. So I'm going to get off my soapbox here, but guys, this is literally this isn't rocket science. You know, all you need to do is engage, learn the skills, learn the information, and then just implement. And the implementation is sharing. Okay, we all know how to share because we do it all the time. We do it about the things that we're passionate about. Guy and I just happen to be really passionate about Shuffle and Elify. But think about it. What is the last thing that you shared with somebody? Was it a great restaurant you went to, a great movie you just saw, something you did to pass the time during quarantine? Doesn't matter. It created enough value for you to turn around and share it with somebody else. Think about how you would do that with Shuffle. What has Shuffle done for you in your life? What has the affiliate program done for you in your life? Look, if you're on this call, I know there are people on this call that have made tens of thousands of dollars sharing a $10 business card. Like, what a powerful story. If you're not out there sharing that with individuals, hey, I want to show you the ultimate side hustle. How do I know that? Because with my phone and my computer, I generated X thousands of dollars just by sharing out a tool that helped other people. Would you be interested in that? If I shared you some information about how you could do that too, would you lean in and watch it so I could follow up with you and see if you want to join this team, join this community, join this tribe, join the Elify Nation? That's what we're looking for from you guys as affiliates. You're either out there talking about Shuffle and sharing Shuffle and using Shuffle, And Angelo will say he uses it every single day, because if you put it into practice, if you do the little things, the big things will take care of yourself. You'll be amazed at who you expose it to when you're like, oh yeah, I'll share my information. I was signing up for internet service and I told the guy, yeah, here's my business card, just scan it from my phone. You know, we both had our masks on. He scanned it, he goes, oh my gosh, this thing is cool. I said, oh yeah, you should check it out. You can either get it for yourself, or we're looking for other users. If you help us find them, you can get paid. Okay, wow. I mean, that's the conversation. That's how easy it starts. So I know everybody can learn these skills. Everybody can gain this knowledge. And most importantly, everybody, you can implement this process and you can be successful. So you just have to lean in and work the mechanisms of that simple process.
You know, I just want to add to this. I know at times people might think we're a little intense because, I mean, we have a passion about it. And we know with implementation, whatever you deem success can be reached. Absolutely, it can be reached. But don't also be, because I know there's people out there that are the fixin' to ones. I'm fixing to do this. I'm fixing to do that. Time is now, right? Michael and Edwin always talk about it. Go as far as you can see, and then you can see further. Well, I can only see what's happening right now. And so I'm going to implement. I'm going to move forward. I'm going to whatever it takes for me to get to where I want to be. That's what we try to implore upon people, that Shuffle's going to be there. Shuffle's going to get there. Elify is going to get there. And it's one of those old adages that you hear in relationship marketing: some will, some won't, so what next type thing. That's the mentality that us at corporate, the executives, that's our mentality that we have to go with, is because we know 99.99% of people haven't heard about Elify. And there's going to be a day, and maybe it's you, maybe it's someone you know, maybe it's someone that joins after somehow someone quits, that is that catalyst to the million, the 2 million, the 10 million, to the everyday average Joe knows what Shuffle is. It's just like you get online, or you get you're watching television and you see an ad, and there's companies out there that are ones that you hear every day. It's a Salesforce, it's a LinkedIn, it's a Facebook type thing. We're never going to sell your data, so don't worry about that. I'm just plugging that since Facebook has issues with doing that. But there's opportunities. They're endless. They're abundant. They're here. ER had, I mean, that's as simple as it can be. It wasn't easy because he had to share his phone. And he had to, stand within 6 feet of somebody so they could scan it. But it was as simple as, oh, here's my business card. Oh, you should get signed up and check it out. And hey, if you know anyone, or if there are people that you think could utilize a digital platform like this, we're paying people to share it. It's almost full stop at that point. Keep your mouth shut. Let them start asking the questions, and you start filling in, well, here, let me help you get started type thing. Here's where I'm going to drive you to get more information. Always have your referral link tied to it. Your referral link is most likely your first last name, and anything that you drive to the public and someone has an interest of processes, systems, share it, have them sign up, and have them join your network and be a part of your network that's going to get this opportunity and get the word out about a system that's coming, and it's coming ferociously towards market, faster and faster every day. Be a part of that growth. Kathy, what do you got?
Yeah, talk to us, Kathy. How's it going?
Good. Hey, I was just gonna say, so I was taking notes yesterday on that call. I think one of the coolest things I heard was make yourself accessible remotely. right? Because we all have to be accessible. I'm over here taking pictures of break or scan everybody's QR codes. It's on here. I think it's so awesome that I can dive in and figure out, more about people that have their QR codes. I got to do that myself. I know I never work on my stuff. I work on everybody else's stuff. But it was really funny. I was on a call the other day for a group that I'm in. I run a ladies networking group, and a bunch of the leaders were on a call together. And one of the gals said, if you send your members a link directly to whatever it is you're wanting them to sign up for, a lot more of them sign up for it because you've made it so simple for them. And I'm like, that's exactly what we do every single day. Just taking that information and crafting that message for people and going like, I'd love to learn more about whatever it is you do. What can you send me? What can you send me? And go like, and start to ask them, like, can you send me this and this and this? I got to get that together, and yes, I can get all that together and I'll get it to you. I can send it to you right now. And you start to just show them the power, because I'm going to rein y'all back in on that whole coming soon thing. What we have right now is so powerful, right? It is great. It is not Salesforce. And you know what? That's good. I don't want Salesforce, right? Yep. I don't want to have to go learn this huge process of Salesforce. I just want to go learn, or anybody. I'm not trying to pick on Salesforce. Anybody. It is a simplistic system. I had somebody join me yesterday in my group, and as I was chatting with this woman, and I was just like, so tell me a little bit about you. I have my app open. Right. So my app, her contact is open on my phone under notes, and I'm writing it. Her husband's name is this. She has a son. He's 11. They like to do that. This is what she was traveling during COVID. What an interesting story, blah, blah, blah. Like, I now have an entire sheet of notes just because as we were chatting, I was typing in my Shuffle app. So the next time I go back, there's the information about her.
Well, and it doesn't matter, Kathy, if you go back tomorrow or 6 months from now, it's all there in one and Michael and Edwin say this all the time, in one platform, in one place. You don't have
on your phone.
Book 100%.
It's with you. I don't care if I go to Target and she calls me, I can still go, oh yeah, her husband's name, I don't remember. It was Josh, I think. It is in your phone. And that's, to me, again, I know we talk about it all the time now, but Clubhouse, I get pinged all the time. Hey, this person that wants to join Clubhouse. Do you want to let them in? You know why I know them? Because I have thousands of contacts in my phone because of Shuffle.
Yeah.
Yep. Put them in your phone. They are with you all the time. You're able to go, yes, I've known this person, or I've met this person, or how do I remind myself how I know this person? So I'm going to bring it back to what we have right now is more than, most people have just by memory or by, somebody's like, well, what's the difference between sending me a Shuffle card and sending me somebody's phone contact? How long do you have? I can tell you all the ways that there's a difference.
Where do you want to start? Yeah.
Where do you want to start?
Spot on, Kathy. I truly do. For everybody on this call, look, this is the developer's dilemma, as I call it. As much as Guy and I love what Elify and Shuffle is today, we love what our vision is for Elify and Shuffle in the future. And that's what we can see because we eat, sleep, and breathe that portion of what we're continuing to progress towards every single day. But we can't lose sight of this amazing tool that's available to everybody right now. And what we also can't lose sight of where it came from. If we take a big step back and we say, look, I love this new iPhone that I got, right? It's like got the best camera. It's got all of this stuff. Do you guys remember that first iPhone, like the iPhone back in 2003, 2007? They've come a long way. You know what I mean? So I'm sure as much as anybody, Steve Jobs was as much excited about the new iPhone as he was about the next one that he knew was coming out a year or two later or 3 years later. And that's where our dilemma is, guys, that we want to share with you. We are so passionate about continuing to make this thing amazing and powerful and valuable to support you and what you're doing and what you're using Shuffle for, but also to support the others that haven't even learned about Shuffle, because we know that they will. But what we want to not lose sight of is how powerful of a tool you have at your disposal, and be thinking about ways to use it. If you're only using Shuffle as a business card, trust me, you're missing out on a ton of other features. In fact, think about what Kathy just said, literally adding thousands of new relationships. There's an old saying, your network is your net worth, guys. And I, as an affiliate, we used to look at the list and say, okay, we have this list that we monetize. It's our network or our net worth here. And the goal for everybody on this, if you are not making $1 to $2 per person per month off of your network in some way or another, I don't care if you're promoting to them the ebook that you read, the pizza that you just ordered, the shuffle that you're using or whatnot, you should be monetizing that sphere of influence, because that's what influencers are doing every day, and they're getting held up on a pedestal for. You guys are each micro influencers, and you can leverage that too. You just need to engage and start doing it. And that's really where we want to support you in doing. So if you have questions about doing that, you need help in doing that, that's what this community is for.
Definitely. And I know we're getting towards the end of this hour where we get to spend every Friday with you, but the last statement that you just made, Angelo, it's a simple one, but it's so deep when you sit down and think about it, that shuffle pays and text message do not. I mean, think about that. Kathy talked about the contacts that she's brought in from either sharing or people clicking links and filling out contact information to be added to her light relationship builder within Shuffle. But there's so many things that people, it's easy to share my contact, right? Through my phone. I can just share you my contact. Absolutely. But yes, everyone can do that. But does it pay? Is there an opportunity to maybe share it just one other way, that they're joining your network essentially, right? They're now going to be coming into your phone. You're going to be going into their phone. Maybe a little process, share your card to them instead of your contact. And it might open up the conversation to be, what is that? How do I get it? How do I get signed up? How much is it? What happens if I tell other people about it? It really is. And maybe I'm a simplest. Maybe I have a simple mind and think that that's how it works. But I think that's how it works.
That's how it works, guys. You're right.
Experienced it. So, that's just our passion with this. And maybe thinking outside of the box is not so normal, but there's times that it can benefit you if you think outside the box. How can this be implemented? How can it be used? You dig into Shuffle. I mean, you join Kathy's trainings on Tuesday. I join them sometimes just to learn myself, because there's so many things. She'll send me a text message, and did you know that it can do this? No. And but that's how development looks at it when we're developing something, is maybe let's intend this to do something that we haven't even thought about. Yeah. So I would just encourage everybody, through the rest of this weekend, think about what you can do utilizing Shuffle. We also have tomorrow's Discover call with Michael and Edwin. Those are always great. It gives you the opportunity to come yourself, learn, listen how someone inside is talking about Elify and the opportunity. It's not just ER and I that are so in the weeds that we want to tell you everything about every feature, but it gives you an opportunity to come in and learn. It gives you an opportunity to let other people come in and learn. And it's all about rinsing and repeating, showing up when you can show up. If you can't show up on the recording and take a look at things. But we always want to make sure that we're available. We're meeting you where you are at when things can happen. We know that Friday with the Founders is mid-morning, late morning for a lot of people. A lot are working 9 to 5s, but I believe a lot of you may have some networks, and it gives you an opportunity to say, hey, we need to start looking at some things again and potentially getting a system together. And let's start by looking at this recording that's going to be over on Go Elify and YouTube, but also will be broadcast to you all as a replay through the application.
Yep.
I think maybe instead of calling it a CRM, we tell everybody we have an RCM. And they're going to go, do you mean CRM? You're like, no, no, no. At Shuffle, we think relationships more important. So it's a relationship and contact manager.
I love it.
Right? So just, throw people off. They're going to ask you questions.
Well, and when people start asking questions, that's when the conversation happens. To Guy's point and to Angelo's point, the more you use this thing every day, the more those conversations are going to pop up. I think about every way I've used Shuffle to build a site, to share something, to do something online. I've sold a car through Shuffle by creating an auto listing ad. My wife has sold photography packages by creating a listing for a fall promotion. We've done so many different things and using it. Think about where and how you could apply Shuffle in your life when it's related to sharing content. And then, Kathy, to your point, don't ever lose sight of the relationship piece of Shuffle. In fact, in my personal opinion, I think that's the most important piece of Shuffle, because independent of what the content is, it's all about who I'm sharing it with and the relationship that I'm developing out of it. And guys, that's my hope and wish for every one of you, is that we all work together to build a very large network for you, yourself, and for the Elify Nation. We truly believe, and I say this more often than not, the high tide raises all ships. And we want to help and support you in doing just that. Whether it's whatever your goal is, to make enough to cover your Shuffle account, to make a few $100 extra a month, or maybe to retire, guys. We know that the path exists to accomplish that. We can help and support you in doing that. So from me here at Elify, from Guy as well, we want to thank you for joining us on the Friday with the Founders. If there are any questions, last chance to get those answered.
Thanks, Tom. Appreciate that.
Okay, guys. Well, then we will see everybody on the next call. Remember, Saturday, if you want to do some activity, if you've got 10 minutes to an hour to pour into your Elify affiliate business today or tomorrow morning, it's to drive people to go and check out the discovery call on Saturday. It's going to be Edwin and Michael. Guy and I will come back in. We'll do a little bit of Q&A for anybody who's on that call who does have some questions, and let us do that heavy lifting for you. Then we'll get you guys refilled and replenished over the weekend, and we'll see everybody bright and early on Monday for sprint planning. Thank you, everybody. Have an amazing weekend. Talk soon.
Take care, y'all.